Hello, hello, hello. Long time no see. I missed you. I know you missed me. Well, you know, your girl was in the midst of moving, had to upgrade. So, right about now, we're going to start the show and let's get things rolling. We got a lot of stuff for you today. And of course, welcome back to Keeping It Real with the Deja Show. Well, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so happy belated 4th of July to everyone. I hope y'all enjoyed your fireworks. I know I had a blast. I have a clip here of some fireworks in case some of y'all slept in and some of y'all just slept past the shit. Alright, or some of y'all just didn't give a fuck. Okay, and also we have some news for you. Of course, we always got some news for you. What is the point of tuning in if we ain't got no news for you? Alright, so we got that flowing through. Let's just get things going. We got a lot of shit for you today. We also got some fake news. They trying to say that a whole bunch of y'all is quitting your jobs. Alright, well, I hope you enjoy these clips that I have stored away for you. Thanks for tuning in, my love.
4th of July celebrations in Houston. The fireworks did go off as planned, but the annual Freedom Over Texas event has to be canceled because of heavy rain and flooding there. It's the first time in the festival's 31-year tradition that has happened. Here are some other big fireworks displayed in Washington. Thousands gathered to watch at the National Mall. San Francisco celebration. The sky was lit up with 10,000 fireworks. Boston, St. Louis all had great shows as well. And here's a different, maybe quieter take on fireworks. This is a drone light show. So these were the 4th of July celebrations over Travis Air Force Base in California. I mean, check this out. Drones dance in a choreographed routine. Organizers also say it allowed families with sensitivities to sounds enjoy the holiday as well. You know, we talk about this a lot. The 4th of July can be very difficult for those who suffer from PTSD. And it can trigger memories of wartime. So this is something that is a great solution to that. We really love seeing that. And boy, it looked beautiful. It really did. Well, more and more Americans are ditching their jobs. It appears to be paying off for them. Jen Westhoven is here with that. What's this about? Do they have a backup plan?
This is one of those tiny spots where maybe you don't need to, but I still suggest you have a backup plan.
Yeah.
A recent Labor Department report showed that 3.5 million Americans almost just up and quit in April. That is red hot for the kind of quittings, and those are tracked by the Labor Department. We haven't seen anything like that since 2001. When the internet bubble was happening. So the Wall Street Journal wanted to take a closer look at some of the job hopping that's going on, and it's in many different industries. It's in stores, retail, in restaurants, in construction. And why? Because unemployment is down to 3.8% in May. So just the same way that the housing market is sometimes good for buyers, sometimes good for sellers, right now the job market is really good for workers. So this is the easiest it's been in years. That's another way to look at it. It's the easiest it's been to get a new job. And getting a new job, often the best way to get a big raise, right? When you stay in your job, you get raises and you get security. You don't always get big money. It's not just the money too, though. The Wall Street Journal says many people are finding not just that they're getting raises, that they are happier at their new jobs. They're getting more satisfaction. And that might be, the kind of work that you do, you like it better, or maybe it's that your boss treats you better because they needed you.
Okay, so this makes a lot more sense. They're not quitting and saying, hey, I'm going to go move to the beach and do nothing. They're saying, I'm going to go to a different job because there are jobs available. This is actually a good time for the economy. All right, Jen, thank you so much. All right, for the 4th of July means hot dogs. And for Joey Chuck.
Okay, moving on. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Alright, so now we have, we going on to the flooding that happened in Houston. I don't know what's going on. Somebody down there done did something. Weather modification is this concentrated on y'all niggas down there. I have no clue what's going on. Well, we just going to continue on. Thanks for watching.
this morning, watching what's happening in Houston and also the severe weather across the country. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Glenn. We continue to see that rain, and no question the anniversary, of course, that one-year anniversary coming up in August here. We don't like to see the flooding, but this is the way it looks yesterday across Houston. I mean, there's no way around it here. A lot of the city was basically underwater. We had parts of I-10, right? The interstate was impassable as a result of very heavy rainfall that came down in a very short amount of time. Area of low pressure from the Gulf brought all this moisture in. There you see some roads getting going, and this morning we're getting back to normal here. We're draining that water ever so slowly, especially in some areas, those prone areas that folks in the Houston Metroplex know quite well. 4.19 inches. We have never rained this heavily on any 4th of July since we've been keeping records in Houston, okay? So this was a huge deal. I'll show you the radar from yesterday and this 12-hour loop, but look, you see the yellows and the reds popping up there between 9 a.m. and around 1 p.m. The skies just opened up, and what came from them was what you saw there on the ground. Incredible scenes. Live radar right now. This is the excellent news. We are dry. If you're headed out to work, you're going to be just fine. There will be a few showers and storms later this afternoon, but that heavier, steadier rain from that area of low pressure, that low, is getting out of the way. So goodbye to that one.
Don't you find that quite weird what's going on in Houston? I don't know, that storm just stayed over there like it was just marinating. Alright, well, I hope everyone is okay. Alright, now on to the other news. We have, these fools in Hollywood study just acting a fool and talking dumb shit. He's going to be in for, 4 years? And then now I'm thinking 8 years. Y'all motherfucker keep playing around. He's going to be the longest running president in term ever. Seriously. Just keep fucking up. Y'all think you speak for the American people? You do not. Okay? Talking to y'all niggas in Hollywood. Think y'all gonna roll over the politics. Keep y'all asses behind the goddamn camera where you belong. You get paid all $1 million, okay? To do what? To act. So, when you get in front of the camera and telling me and other people of the world how we should act and what's going on and what's this and what we should think, we don't give a fuck about what you think. Because honestly, what we think is you getting paid too much motherfucking money to be behind that damn camera doing lines that everybody else can do. Some of y'all motherfuckers crazy as shit. Some of y'all can't even read. Tom Cruise. Dig what I'm saying? So, yeah. Keep your comments to yourself. Now, I'm going to roll this clip. Back to the show.
People looked at the birth of America yesterday. A chance to resist.
Well, in particular, and you saw the live images here on the Fox News channel of the woman who was trying to climb up the Statue of Liberty. She stopped at the sandal level, which was still about 100 feet up. It was perilous, and wound up having a bunch of New York City Police Department experts who are good at things like this. There you can see they have the gear right there, the ropes. One or two of those guys were involved in taking that protester off of the side of the Trump Tower a number of months ago. Nonetheless, she is an immigrant to this nation, and she was unhappy about the president's immigration policies.
It met people who were in New York to see the Statue of Liberty, many of them probably military families, or taking their kids to teach them a history lesson on Independence Day. They had to leave. They had to evacuate. That's right. Because that happened around 3 o'clock. Statue of Liberty closes at 6:15, and so anyone that came after 3 o'clock was turned away. You could obviously see it from a distance, but you couldn't go there on the platform and go and see it on Independence Day. And putting, 16 response officers, there's 16 emergency service officers that work for NYPD that obviously their lives are in jeopardy too because they had to go up and get her down and depend on those ropes.
Right. Is your point when you protest to get people to your side? Can you please name somebody who's been converted because she destroyed everyone's 4th of July and put people's lives in jeopardy to hold up a sign in a place she didn't belong? I can't name any. Maybe you can help us with that. Meanwhile, Chelsea Handler thought she'd do something a little safer. She'd go to Twitter and she apologized for the nation and the world, to every country on the 4th of July. We're sorry about our president. He doesn't reflect all of our views. And we hope you know that the majority of us are ashamed. We rally each other and come back to the world one step at a time. Hashtag November is coming. Hashtag
Also, sorry
Sorry
about
about
hot
the hot
dogs.
dog. Yeah.
Because the hot dogging contest.
Also, Michael Moore was out. He was talking about Happy Resistance Day. Rob Delaney from Deadpool and Bette Midler urged followers to get active and think of the midterms. Meanwhile, Candace Owen from Turning Point USA was here and had this observation about those celebrities.
It's just driving them absolutely insane. And look, Hollywood has acted almost as a megaphone for the left. The one day that you would think that they could hit pause and celebrate this great nation, our troops, you know, the many troops that are still alive that fought in wars, and they were unable to do it. So they don't defeat the notion whatsoever that we all feel the left is un-American and Hollywood is just a megaphone for them. I think this just pushes people further and further away from Democrats and further away from the left and more on our side. So that's the optimism, that's the silver lining in all of this.
So it's all about resist this president and get new people in during the midterms. More Democrats to resist the Republicans because they control the White House, the House of Representatives, and the U.S. Senate.
It's a shame it's gotten to this. It's so partisan you can't even celebrate a country's birthday.
Well, we did last night.
Alright, so here are my comments on this issue. Alright, you people sitting there talking about, oh, you know, you're protesting because the kids are separated from the parents. I totally understand that, okay? They should have never separated the kids and the parents from the get-go. But let's be honest, the parents should have never came to fuck over here illegally. Alright? The word is illegal. Okay? You people complain about, you know, people smoking pot, that's illegal. You know, you locking motherfuckers up, you know, for dime bags and shit, keeping them in jail for years and years and years. Talk to you Democrats, okay? Sitting there, keeping motherfuckers in jail forever over a half an ounce of green and shit. But you gonna tell me you want motherfuckers to keep these people, illegal people, over here? Okay? Taxpayers paying for them. I swear it's ridiculous. Okay, you go through, they pay taxpayers are paying $734 a day for these fucking legal families to live in a tent. Not an apartment and not a house, folks, a fucking tent, you know? So I'm just not comprehending what you Democrats want. You want open borders, you out your motherfucking mind. So what, we're gonna have more diseases running plague? We're gonna have more people on welfare? You fucking sounding retarded over there. You have an agenda, it's not gonna go through, but you really just pushing the limit, okay? Now you wanna abolish ICE, and you got these people protesting, talking about get rid of ICE. ICE is the only motherfuckers out there taking care of this problem with these illegal aliens. Okay? You won't let the damn cops do it. You won't let the police force do it. You know, they bitching out. I'm sorry, if I was an officer, yes, I would overstep the boundaries, and I would be collecting these illegal motherfuckers up by the pound. Dig me? Okay? Busloaders of motherfuckers. You just sitting there bullshitting. Procrastinating on the things that really need to be dealt with at hand. See, when you talking about abolishing ICE, like, are you truly serious? Like, these people are overrunning our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? I know we got the gangs, but then you got these people hit and run. You got rapists, you know, and then you have, you're not worrying about diseases. Come on now. Let's keep it real. You really just pushing the fucking limit out here. Soon this is not going to be fucking America. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely not the way the fucking things go. Alright, so let this motherfucking president do his goddamn job and sit back and just enjoy the goddamn fruits and labors of what's going on. I mean, because when you think about it, they come over here and they take away the jobs because these motherfuckers, cheap people, want to hire them for less. You got all these Americans. You need to worry about these veterans. Give the veterans the jobs. Okay? Just soaking up people goddamn money. I'm just so tired of speaking about this issue. You know, we're going to continue on to the clip because you already know. You scroll through my episodes here, my segments, you will definitely know how I feel. So we're going to continue on with the show. I don't need no blood pressure rising because let me tell you, this is a deep issue. People in Hollywood, you want to sit there and protest and I'm just telling you, stay the fuck out the way.
Last Saturday, a Patriot prayer rally in Oregon was cut short after violence erupted from Antifa protesters. Our next guest says this is the latest example of violence, which looks eerily similar to the chaos that plagued the 1968 Democratic National Convention, where Vietnam War protesters battled the police in the streets. Remember that? I do. And in a new op-ed, Charlie Hurt argues if the left keeps it up, it will only work against them come November. Joining us to explain this, Washington Times opinion editor Charlie Hurt. Charlie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
How will that work against them?
Well, you know, it's amazing how many similarities there are between 1968 and today. You have these people who they're consumed with their hatred for Donald Trump. That's their only focus. They don't have necessarily a positive message, or at least not a positive message they're running on. And instead, what you see this footage like you're showing right here of these Antifa thugs beating up this prayer group in Oregon. The images are terrible. We saw it again yesterday with the protesters who climbed up onto the Statue of Liberty in the middle of a 4th of July celebration, ruining all these people who had planned to go to the Statue of Liberty to celebrate the 4th of July, of course. This kind of thing, it really rubs voters the wrong way.
How?
And when people, because people Americans are not into radicalism. They don't like radicals. And when you turn on the TV and you see whether it's violence or just obnoxious, rude behavior, like we saw yesterday, it really turns people off, and it makes people, and it's not just Trump voters that get turned off about it. It's the independent voters who say, you know, I may not love everything Donald Trump says. I may not love the way he says things. I might not like the fact that he's on Twitter, but he's not doing this.
Right.
And they also understand that, you know, with this whole effort to abolish ICE, my goodness, this immigration thing, it's a complicated situation.
It is.
And they understand that you have a person here who's trying to solve the situation to end the problem at the border, and then you have these other people who are just, you know, climbing on the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. Go back a couple of years ago, the Occupy Wall Street movement started here in New York, down at Zuccotti Park. Ultimately, it spread all across the country. And you're the political expert, but it did seem to motivate people on the other side of the political sphere to go out and do something about it.
Absolutely, and what we saw in response to that is Republicans slowly taking over, the House, the Senate, and ultimately the White House after those protests. But exactly, it's just it's not very smart politics. And another interesting similarity that we forget about 1968, Richard Nixon won with, I think, 43.5% of the vote, yet he won in a landslide. And that's exactly the sort of thing we're looking at today.
All right, is the past...
Okay, so as you see, this Antifa people been out for years. I ain't never hear these people, but okay, that's just new to me. Alright, so I would appreciate for all of you to let me know your comments and just, let me know how you're feeling. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe. If you hear any leaf blowers or anything, I'm so sorry. The gardeners are out doing their job, which they so happen to be Hispanic or Mexican. I believe it's the same thing anyway. Alright, yeah, so, isn't that weird? Alright, well, thank you for tuning in. And what we say when we sign off on this show, love, peace, and hair grease. And we will be right back with more stories for you. Love you for watching.